iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here, race fans. Some call this the honeymoon capital of the world. Some call this the armpit of the Northeast in Pennsylvania. We'll let you decide that here tonight as the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series takes on the Tricky Triangle here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It's the Pocono Raceway playing host to this round of Red Light Racing's Scrambler Series. My name is Roger Muth up here in the booth tonight, bringing you all the racing action from the Pocono International Raceway. A 2.5-mile track, not like Daytona, not like Talladega, and not like any other track that is on the circuit. This 2.5-mile track has 3 different corners. Turn 1, a sweeping left-hander down the back straightaway. Of course, then you get to the Tricky Triangle. Tricky corner number 2 of the Tricky Triangle, we should say, and that is over the tunnel turn there in turn number 2. Turn 3 as flat as can be before you come back here to the start-finish line to see who will be able to win tonight here in Pocono. Let's get you down trackside as these drivers are already starting to make their way to the starting grid. Starting grid here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series, of course, is brought to us by Checkered Flag Auto Supply, located in Ayer, Massachusetts, your one-stop shop for a family-owned and operated auto parts store. Check them out today at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. This is your starting lineup. Starting on the front row, driving car number 88 out of Ohio, this is the Butler. This is Sean Butler. Starting in P number 2, driving the Classics Hot Sauce number 10 out of Florida, this is Tim Blum. Starting back in P number 3, is that the new number 6 out of the Fenway, or the Kozlowski? I'm so confused on what that name even is. This is just actually Chris Hammett driving car number 6 here tonight. Starting back in P number 4, out of Ayer, Massachusetts, driving the Rev Esports BK Paints number 11, this is the Sean Single entry. Back in P number 5, driving car number 4, hailing out of Massachusetts, driving the Jeffrey Souza entry. This is Jeffrey Souza. Starting back in P number 6, he drives the Strano Brothers Racing number 43 here tonight. This is Joe Strano. Starting back into the 7th position, hailing out of Virginia, it's the PD entry. This is the 51 of DJ Anderson. It's the Storm from the North. This will be the number 42 of Max Terrio, who's picked up 2 wins already this season. Starting back into the 9th position, it's the Golfer, the number 17 of Tim Combs. Ryan Richard, last season's Rookie of the Year candidate. He's driving car number 21 here tonight. He will be the 10th position starting grid spot tonight. Starting back into the 11th spot, the number 61 of Tampa, Florida, driving the Rev Esports BK Paints Platinum RV and Services number 61. This is Dalton Williamson. Starting back into the 12th position, he hails from north of the border. This is the Platinum RV BK Paints number 45 of Tim Williams. He will start back there into the 12th position. Starting back into the 13th spot here tonight, he hails out of South Carolina, driving the 923 Rookie of the Year Championship leader coming into the night. That's Blade Timmons. Michael Trevarthen will drive car number 2 here tonight, and he will start there running P number 14. Starting back into the 15th position is the Strano Brothers Racing number 3 machine of Tony Strano. It's his fault. Starting in 16th, it's the Foundation out of South Carolina, driving the Adventure in Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch. He'll roll off 16th, while Brian Bianchi and the Cold Peppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14, will go for the 17th starting spot here tonight. 18th will be Brandon Minto in car number 5, and then, well, one row back. Starting to the inside, though, will be the number 19 of Travis Minto, starting 19th. Kevin O'Brien will start 20th here tonight, while James Skelton will start in the 21st position. Ryan O'Donnell in the Turbo Dork Radical Paints Full Throttle Racing number 98. He will start back there 22nd on the grid. 23rd here tonight will be Brandon Feeney. Rob Higgins in the Checkered Flag All Supply number 40 will go from the 24th starting position, while Philly Edwards in the 973 will go from the 25th position. Dave Bragg in the Bragg Motorsports number 31 will go 26th. 27th to Jason Wells. Joshua Buckley in the Granny Hips Walkers and Kane number 13 will go 28th. Zach Mitchell, a long way from Farm Sim. He will start 29th here tonight. Bruce Potter will go 30th. And Mr. Bob Higgins will go shotgun to the field. That's your Checkered Flag Auto Supply starting lineup here tonight at the Tricky Triangle in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. We get ready, because this time by, we'll drop the hammer out of turn number 3. Just 3 turns here tonight that these drivers have to get right. So why do they call it so tricky? Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here tonight at Pocono, and great start on the front row of things. Tim Blum, Sean Butler on the front row, and here we go. Blum with a great start. Actually, he's going to be the first one to turn number 1. Question is, though, will he come out of turn number 1 as they work down the back straightaway? They will not. The 88 of Sean Butler will have the race lead as they enter the back straightaway. Look at the momentum, though, by the number 10. That Classics Hot Sauce machine will lead him into the tunnel turn. Now he is officially cleared. Tim Blum going to lead him through turn 2. As Blum leads us out of the tunnel turn, 3 wide racing just behind them. Everybody's able to make it through the tunnel turn. They say sometimes you can't even make it 2 wide through the tunnel turn. They just made it 3 wide at the mid-pack. So Tim Blum looking like he will complete the first lap of the evening as the race leader. The number 4 of Souza right now is down to the inside there with his Ford Mustang. He's got the number 51, the Baja Blast entry of DJ Anderson to the outside of him. The Souza Media number 4. There is also the battle for Joe Strano and Chris Hammett. Where's that Brad Keselowski? I can't quite tell. Nope, it's definitely Chris Hammett out there tonight. Hammett able to hold off the charges from Joe Strano. Now Strano is side by side with the 42 as they work through the short chute here tonight in between turn 2 and 3 here at Pocono. Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano, working the inside to perfection with his Chevrolet. He's got the number 4 of Souza behind him. See if he can get up behind him and give him a push. He will not, as Strano will go back up in line right in front of the number 21 of Ryan Richard. So everybody goes single file all the way back. 3 wide racing back there. I believe that's the 86 of James Skelton. He'll make the move to the inside. There's Ryan O'Downey to the outside. And the number 14 of Brian Bianchi was to the inside. Look at Ryan. He's got a shot out of a cannon. His advances, though, will be blocked by the Get Up number 5 of Brandon Minto. There you see the number 5 of Brandon Minto sporting colors once again with that Get Up sponsorship. A lot of good sights and a lot of good signs around the track here tonight. Pocono, always one of the biggest tracks we go to. As look at Ryan O'Downey. He sucked down on the number 5 of Brandon Minto. Look at James Skelton. He's got a big aero tight push that time off turn number 4 or 3. Sorry, excuse me. Watching that car in the background there. I believe that was Bruce Potter that just came out of turn number 3 and hit the wall. The driver out of Alabama. And the Matco Tools, number 59 here tonight. Bruce Potter having some issues now with that car. The aerodynamics is going to really struggle with that right front crinkled up. There you see the 59 working down the back straightaway. He's got Bob Higgins behind him. And one driver that is well off the pace here tonight. Don't know what happened to the 64, but that is the 64, the Alienware entry of Jason Wells. He is about, well, call it 16 seconds behind the race leaders. I don't know if something happened to Wells, but he is definitely off the race pace here tonight. Or come by this time, they're already going to complete lap number 4. Everybody in the entire field has gone single file. Everybody chasing Tim Blum right now in the Classics Hot Sauce. Number 10. Take a look as they go down the back straightaway. You're at Pocono, one of the longest straightaways. Well, the front straightaway is even longer, but look at the draft that Sean Butler gets. Sean Single is right there along with Chris Hammett. Max Terrell is your top 5 drivers. Joe Schredder, Ryan Richard, Jeffrey Souza, DJ Anderson, and Tim Williams. Right now, we'll round down the top 10 drivers. This is officially the longest straightaway in NASCAR right here. You are able to land planes on the front straightaway here. They do that when the air show comes to town at Pocono. They also do some drag racing on the front straightaway here at Pocono with street cars and imports, and they bring out some of the fast boys and lay down a couple passes on the front straightaway. Talking about the fast boys, there's the number 6 of Chris Hammond. He's just sitting in line right now. It looked like he wanted to duck out of line around the number 11 of Sean Single, but you get out of line here at Pocono, and I don't want to say it's like in a super speedway, but it's like you kind of get punched in the face by a big gust of air if you get out of line. If you don't have quite the run, you might end up going backwards very quickly. Joe Strano out of line now. Here comes the 21 of Ryan Richard. Ryan works the inside of Joe Strano, but not able to put the power down, keep the momentum up out of turn number 4. Big crash, the number 5 of Brandon Minto. The 5 of Brandon Minto in the Get Up Chevrolet has gone around. Driver out of Norman, Oklahoma. To bring out the first caution flag here of the evening on lap number 7. I don't think that Get Up number 5 is going to be able to carry on with a lot of speed here tonight. His night may be done early. Take the look here when the truck tells us they have that one queued up for us. Kevin O'Brien, it looks like, in the Red Bull 184 entry was up into the outside wall. Travis Minto in the Southwest entry also getting some damage. Watch this group of cars right here. Work through the tunnel turn here. There you see the 184, Kevin O'Brien up to the outside. What will happen there? You see Brandon Minto trying to get by. This time when they come off turn 4, you're going to see maybe a little bit of a wiggle possibly from one of these drivers as Kevin O'Brien actually, and a bunch of net code from the 184 to the 5 of Brandon Minto. How about the wreck avoidance there by Joshua Buckley and the rest of those guys? Oh, Buckley actually didn't get through that unscathed. Big punch to the front end of his walker. So that's what's going to bring out the caution flag. Watch it here again. All started out of turn 4 right there. You saw James Skelton be able to make the pass down the tunnel turn. And once they come off turn number 3, it all unravels. Mixed bag of tricks here as we come back live. Your race leader, Tim Blum, will come to pit road. And as he leads a lot of drivers down pit road, a couple drivers will take advantage and stay out. Max Terrell and Ryan Richard all will stay out here. This will tell us how much tires is important here tonight. Everybody going to hit the pit stalls. Right side tires going up and down pit road here. Brandon Minto's number 5 will come to arrest his crew. Just going to assess the damage on that number 5 machine, see if they can get out. Jack's drop and number 10 of Tim Blum will win the race off pit road. Then it'll be the 88 of Sean Butler, the 11 of Sean Single, Chris Hammett, then Jeffrey Souza. Those are your first 5 cars off pit road. Then it'll be Joe Sherano, DJ Anderson. Looks like Tim Williams, then Richard Murdoch. While we're under the first caution flag here of the evening, let's go down pit road and see if we can get a word in with possibly the driver that is behind the wall here tonight, Brandon Minto. A lot of damage on the get-up Chevrolet. What happened out of turn number 3?
I'm honestly not too sure. I thought I was giving Kevin enough room. I don't know if he got into the wall and came down into me or if I came up into him, but it was tough. It's hard to get a run. If you're not in that outside line, it's almost impossible to pass. So I'm not too sure what happened between me and Kevin, but I hope it wasn't my fault.
Looking at the car, the front bumper is tore off. The get-up Chevrolet, how much damage is done? Will we be able to get this car back out as the jack actually drops, but will it be competitive here the rest of the night?
No, I won't be competitive. After the wreck, I had about... my RPMs were down to like around 1,700. So that's going to be a little tough to compete. And then I had 3 minutes and 11 seconds of optional repairs. So I definitely won't be competitive. I'm just hoping for another caution and like a big wreck to get me some positions.
Is the crew going to have to bring this car back down pit road here? Do we have enough time to get some of that damage fixed before we go back green flag racing?
Yeah, I still got, I forgot what it said. It was like a minute something left, so I'm going to be hurting. I might pull it in here, get maybe 10, 15 seconds left to repair done, and just hope there's a caution and get a lucky dog, but I'm just out of the race tonight. It's unfortunate.
Unfortunately here for the 5 of Brandon Minto, the driver out of Norman, Oklahoma. Tonight, his get-up Chevrolet has no more get-up left, as he'll have to start at the back of the field here. So when we do come back here, it does look like the lights are already off on the pace car as we are working down the back straightaway. It will be the 42 of Max Darrell. He did not come to pit road. It'll be the 21 of Ryan Richard. He did not come to pit road. Brandon Feeney, he also did not come to pit road. Jason Wells, it looks like he has been to pit road once here tonight, but he did not come to pit road under this caution flag. So those drivers all on old tires. The rest of the field here tonight, Blum, Butler, Hammett, Single, Strano, Souza. Those top 10 drivers all have 4 fresh tires, and they are ready to let it eat here tonight. MK Medic Machine will lead the Liquid Molly. K1 Graphics entry. There's 2 Canadians up front here. The inside row, 2 Canadians out of Ontario. The iRacing.com pace car down in, and here we go. Good start on the bottom there by the 42 of Max Terriel. Not so much for the 21 of Ryan Richard. He did not come up through the gears. One car all out of shape. I believe that was the 86 of James Skelton. The captain got a little squirrely back there. Off turn 1 they come. Let's see if everybody can stay away from the wall. They do as they storm down the back straightaway here. Everybody still coming up to speed. Tricky to come through here. 3 wide, going to be Sean Butler. Butler going to make it 3 wide to the inside of Sean Single. Jason Wells to the outside. Chris Hammett right there also. They were 3 wide through the tunnel turn. That is the second time here we have seen 3 wide racing through the tunnel turn. Everybody jockeying for position still here. Max Terriel still out front. Brandon Feeney able to hold on to that second position. Ryan Richard right now trying to get his number 21 up the full song and dance. This time down the back straightaway. Everybody will be up to full speed here. As you see, that outside lane. Uh-oh, caution lights are back out onto the speedway. Caution lights on here on lap number 12. It looks like a bunch of them down there. Richard Murdoch on the Adventure in Pixel 01 pulling away very slowly. Kevin O'Brien pulling away. Ryan O'Donnell, Philly Edwards also involved here. Take the look here. What happened? Oh, I don't know if Murdoch got jacked up. The 61 of Dalton Williamson involved also. He'll slap the wall in it. Oh, Philly Edwards in the Guinness, number 973 with a hard impact. Right on board with Ryan O'Donnell. Oh, right there, DJ Anderson and Richard Murdoch. And the number 2 also involved there. That is Michael Trevarthen. Right on board with Richard Murdoch here. You know, it looks like he tried to follow James Skelton to the outside lane. Wasn't quite clear. Watch it right here. See if we can get a better view of it, camera crew. Let's see. Right there, you see the contact between the 51 and the 01. Going to send the 1 into a wiggle wobble down the back straightaway. Ryan O'Donnell nowhere to go. Dalton Williamson just getting that little piece of that. There's the 2 of Trevarthen. He'll go down to the inside wall. Then right there misses the cutout, but he does get the wall right there. Hard impact to the driver door. Philly Edwards, it looks like he actually got... Oh, Tony Strano into the back of him. That's what brings out our second caution flag of the evening. And as the caution flag flies, the number 42, Max Terriot, will bring his Ford Mustang to pit road. Ryan Richard also coming down, and a slew of damaged cars behind them. Joshua Buckley, Kevin O'Brien, Tony Strano, Richard Murdoch, Brandon Minto back down. They're going to try and get some damage fixed. Ryan O'Donnell also down pit road in the Turbo Door Radical Paints entry. Looks like Dalton Williamson has called it a night here on lap number 12. His number 61 Ford is out of this event here. So Max will come back out here. Brandon Feeney will stay out. Oh, yeah, some time under the caution flag. Let's dial up the race leader here of Brandon Feeney and see what he is thinking. Brandon is Muth up here in the booth. Race leader, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking I'm going to be running like a pack of wolves here behind me and hopefully don't get run over.
Now, we're already going to be 14 laps in the books here when we come by this time. You will be the race leader on old tires. You're going to be the only car out there on old tires. How long can we hold these wolves off here when we go back racing?
I believe Jason behind me is on old tires as well, but I have a strategy in my head that I want to stick to, and hopefully it pays off in the end.
Pocono, one of the trickiest tracks here. One of your favorites, or one you to leave off the schedule?
I'm actually kind of neutral in this track because I've had up and down results and everything I've raced on iRacing, but I haven't quite figured out how to be stupid fast here, but I seem to be good on the long run usually.
Well, good luck here, as I believe we're coming to get the one-to-go marker here. Try to keep the fenders on that Liquid Motley machine.
Well, we'll try to keep the fenders on it and hopefully speak to you at the end of the race.
There you have it. He has a strategy, race fans. He's not going to tell us, but he has a strategy here at Pocono that he wants to utilize. Philly Edwards looks like he's still down on pit road, along with Michael Trevarthen. Max Terriot coming back down. He'll pack the fuel cell full of fuel before he comes back out. He's going to have to restart at the tail end of the longest line. Some of those drivers that were involved in that wreck, they are back out there onto the raceway. Ryan Aldani right now is sitting back there. He is now catching up to the back of the field with the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. The driver out of Canton, Michigan. Up and down results over the last couple of seasons here with Red Light Racing. Always seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time early on in events like here at Pocono tonight. And then at the end of it, somehow, some way, he finds himself right back into the thick of things. We'll see if Ryan O'Donnell can kind of reel in tonight at the end and see if he can gather some of those points up that he may think he has lost already. So it'll be Brandon Feeney, Tim Blum, Jason Wells, Chris Hammett, your top 4. Joe Shrano, Sean Butler, Sean Single, Tim Williams, your top 8. Jeffrey Souza and DJ Anderson right now, your top 10 drivers as we get ready to come back Green Flag Racing just next time by as we come through the tunnel turn and down the short chute. We got to thank everybody that is tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We appreciate each and every one of you who's tuning in tonight to catch the racing action for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. Of course, the Scrambler Series here on Monday night, what used to be the SK Modified Series on Thursday night this coming season. They will go racing with the Modifieds. The Whalen Modifieds coming here for Red Light Racing on Thursdays. Brandon Feeney, though, will lead us back into the green flag zone. Green flag is waving, and we are racing once again here tonight at Pocono. All the way down this front straightaway as, drivers already out of line trying to figure out which lane is going to go. Ryan O'Donnell went to the outside like a bullet as the Kevin O'Brien entry went down low. Brandon Feeney holding the bottom side already. Tim Blum has got around him. Here comes Chris Hammett now as he smells blood in the water. Out of the tunnel turn. The Feeney entry really going to have to check up. That's going to stack up Sean Butler and Sean Single. Here comes Wells now to the inside. He has a chance to make up some ground here down in turn number 3. Wells down to the bottom, Feeney to the outside. This is really going to help the front two of Tim Blum and Chris Hammett. Look at those front cars pull away. Bruce Potter coming to pit road. Philly Edwards also down on pit road with the 973 entry. Contact back there. James Skelton and Sean Single making contact. That contact's going to spread the field out again. The 11 getting moved up out of the way there by the 86 of James Skelton down in turn number 1. Now the 11 of Sean Single is under attack back there by DJ Anderson. James Skelton is fighting now to try and get Tim Combs in that Hellcat Chevrolet. Joe Shrano and Brandon Feeney also running side by side down the front straightaway into one Road Rage Accessories 43, though, will take over that 4th spot from Brandon Feeney. Gonna bump him back a spot. So now with Joe Strano there in 4th, Feeney will be 5th. Tim Williams. Look at Brandon Feeney. He enters the corner very high. He just cannot keep the 38 down below. Chuck says, take a look at this. This is the pass. Well, the 11 and 86, maybe single coming down a little bit. Didn't expect the 86 to put the nose there. That was the pass back there. That happened with James Skelton. Another driver to pit road, the 64, Jason Wells. Coming slowly down pit road here on lap number 19. This will be his first actual pit stop for fuel and tires. Sean Butler has run down the top 2 as you see them coming out of the corner. Down the back straightaway they come. Sean Butler came from almost a second back to run down the top 3 drivers. All those drivers on the same tire strategy. This gaggle of cards here includes the 11 of Sean Single to the outside in the Scooby-Doo entry. Jinky's there on the side. She's Tim Combs is getting a little close to her, I believe. That's why she's saying it. Souza right there having a great run. You talk about the 4 week in and week out here. His improvements in the program over the last couple of seasons has been bar none, that is for sure. And Souza here already inside the top 10. He's fallen a couple spots since the drop of the green flag, but he is hanging here. How about that smashed up 923 there of Blade Timmons, the Outlet Chevrolet. Driver out of Florence, South Carolina, running for the Rookie of the Year. Point standings against Philly Edwards this year. Only 2 rookies in competition action this season. The 923 of Timmons. With all that damage, I'm really surprised that that 923 is able to actually even keep pace right now. It is flat. It looks like an old school 80s cab over right now with how flat that nose is on that Chevy. I guess when he stays tucked up behind somebody, it's going to go. Also behind him with a lot of damage, Richard Murdoch. Brandon Feeney continuing to fall through the field like a rock in water as they're 3 wide. Here comes DJ Anderson. He'll get around the number 14 of Brian Bianchi. That Culpepper's entry. Tuxedos by Ted. Trending in the wrong direction also. DJ Anderson got a little tight. Had to lift off the corner there, number 1. Kills the momentum down this long back straightaway. 24 of Zach Mitchell in his Chevrolet. Or in his Ford, excuse me. He had switched programs last season. Feeney continuing to struggle on those old tires. Needs to get down to get to pit road here on lap number 22. Can't quite get to pit road as the 51. Oh, Feeney gonna get turned. And that was a little awkward. Feeney winding up on pit road. We'll have to check and see what actually happened there. 1 driver up the track. That's the 45 of Tim Williams as he came off corner number 1. He'll lose the spot to Joe Strano. And now here comes the 86 of Skelton, the captain. Just won a fishing tournament the other day. Won a fishing tournament, but still didn't fill out his driver application. We like to pick on Mr. James Skelton sometimes for that. Right now, Skelton, though, has picked up 16 spots here tonight. Looking like he could pick up the most spots gained, but somebody better knock on some wood for him because we're not even close to halfway home here tonight. '17 of Tim Combs looked like he was a little sideways coming into corner number 1. Still got the 21 of Ryan Richard. He came down pit road on lap number 13. So on that last caution flag, he came to pit road. trying to make the most of the tires. Richard Murdoch also on that same strategy. There you see the foundation back here, and there's the 42 of Max Terrill. Terrill came down for tires on 13, but came down for some more fuel on lap number 14, and he has just steadily picked cars off since we went back racing here tonight. Blade Timmons, his car starting to maybe fade a little bit with the damage. Now he's back into 14th position as the 14 of Bianchi, who is now looking to the inside, trying to be the best dressed here tonight. Of course, Tuxedos by Ted always making sure Brian Bianchi is looking stout to go out there on the racetrack. His 505 teammate, though, not here tonight, of Rex Oil. Just can't quite clear can Brian Bianchi. Now the 42 of Max Terrill is going to give the 0-1 a push down the back straightaway. Has to be very careful, though. Because look at the back end of the 0-1 of Murdoch out to the outside there. There is no bumper cover back there. They'll shove Murdoch off there into the corner. Brian Bianchi holding the bottom side. Look at the big bunch of air there to the outside. That draft is just pulling Blade Timmons around. Timmons will go to the outside. Now here comes the 40 of Rob Higgins and that checkered flag auto supply. Bianchi is just tied to a tree right now, and everybody is going around him. Buckley will get there in car 13, but won't be able to get around. Nothing has changed up front. It's still Tim Blum, Sean Butler, Chris Hammett. Your top three drivers. Actually, Sean Butler did make his way around. That was just one lap ago that the 6 machine of Chris Hammett let the 88 of Sean Butler get by, and he'll just suck on to his draft, see if he can save a little fuel around this long 2.5-mile track. We're, of course, coming up on lap traffic. That would be the number 59. That is not the 59. There you see the 5 of Brandon Minto. He's off the pace also. James Skelton working the inside here on Joe Strano, trying to get it. Look at him, 3 wide stacked up behind him, though. Tim Combs, Sean Single, and the 24 of Zach Mitchell. They were 3 wide, and everybody held their breath, and they sorted it out. Tim Combs still down to the inside in that red and black Hellcat. It's unfortunate to see that Brandon Feeney is out of the race here tonight. But it is good to see that he is out there in chat now, and he looks like to be A-OK, if we can say Brandon Feeney is A-OK anyway. A couple cars have retired here tonight, along with Michael Trevarth and Dalton Williamson, 2 drivers out of the Rev Esports group. They are done here tonight in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Brandon Feeney looks like he will join them out of this race. Your race leaders currently hold about a 2-second gap back to the next car that's not in the front 3. That is James Skelton. If I'm doing the math correctly, these drivers can possibly get about 20 laps of fuel. 20 laps possibly on a full tank of fuel here tonight around Pocono, if they've been saving. So we'll see what kind of mileage these drivers get. They're on lap number 20 here, but they had a couple caution flag laps to kind of help them out. Philly Edwards to pit road in the 973. Will any of the drivers out here in the front group come to pit road? The number 21 right there, Ryan Richard. He is still trying to work his way back through the field. That Caterpillar, number 21. Always running some Caterpillar schemes for Ryan Richard. Great company out there. I'm a John Deere fan myself, and I believe John Deere and Caterpillar, did they merge? forget if they merged or if they work together. I forget how that contract works out between the two. Nobody out of the top 10 will come to pit road that time by. Race leaders coming on lap number 29 down into turn number 1. Still got the 10 of Tim Blum out front here with Sean Single hot the trot, and then Chris Hammett. Look at Sean Butler. He's able to wrap the bottom down in turn 1 a lot better than the 10 of Blum and the 6 of Hammett. They actually have started to pull away a little bit from James Skelton. Skelton's got the 4th, and that's where he's kind of been stuck for the time being. Tim Williams having the run of his career here. Last couple of weeks, Tim Williams has been able to get on a roll as of late, having some pretty solid runs, maybe not getting the finishes at the end of the night. Here come a couple cars. Here comes the 6, the 43, and the 4 to pit road. Everybody making their way downtown. They heard there's a sale on tires. Get one side, get the other side for free. So 4 tires most likely going to be the call here tonight for those drivers on pit road. Then there were 2 race leaders with a little bit of a race gap back to, well, which is now 3rd. Second place has peeled off. So it's Blum and Butler out front. Everybody else single file back behind them. Chris Hammett's pit stop down and away, 14.8. Joe Schrader with a 14.3. Here comes the 88 of Butler. He'll make the dive to the inside down here in 3. Look for him to come to pit road. No, he's actually going to stay out, see if he can drag race the 10 of Blum. Here comes James Skelton. Tim Williams, Tim Combs coming to pit road. Side by side at the line, it was still Tim Blum, so only 3 race leaders here tonight. Can Sean Butler come back around here, though? Can Tim Blum cross him back over, take that Ford Mustang back to the point? Classics hot sauce number 10, a Blum lurking back down to the inside, but decided not to take the dive bomb down in the tunnel turn. Tim Blum, of course, now losing a little bit of ground from that little shallow entry down into the tunnel turn. Will we see Butler come this time? We do. Looks like Tim Blum's going to come along with him. So as they come to pit road here on lap number 31, still can't quite make it from this point to the end. So drivers leaving pit road. Who will be the next one? Ryan O'Donnell looks like he will stay out. Max Terriel also. Remember, he is off sequence from the race leaders. He can go a little bit longer. Could he be in the catbird seat here tonight to make it on a 1 or a 2-stop strategy here in the 65 laps we have to run here tonight? So Max Terriel, Ryan O'Donnell, Joshua Buckley, and Tony Strano have yet to come to pit road along with Kevin O'Brien. Remember that the 6 came to pit road a lap before the rest of the field. He did put 4 fresh tires on, but where are the other drivers that just came out of pit road? They are well back behind the 6 of Chris Hammett right now. When this all cycles through, Chris Hammett will be the race leader with about a 4-second race lead over James Skelton. Then it's Joe Strano, Sean Butler, Tim Blum, Jeffrey Souza. One driver coming to pit road this time by is the number 3 of Tony Strano. You see him coming to pit road with the Victory Junction gang number 3. So as he comes to pit road, Max Terriel continuing to turn laps here tonight in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Will he be honeymooning? Will it be one of the other drivers that have now got themselves off sequence? There you see the 41 of Bob Higgins. Higgins going to try and stay on the lead lap here. Looks like he just came down to lap number 29 to get 4 fresh tires and a full tank of Sunoco race fuel. So So Bob Higgins currently the last car on the lead lap here tonight of the 31 drivers that started tonight's race. Bob back there running in 25th. Brandon Minto down to pit road. We'll see if he can get his 4 tires on. It looks like his car will drop the jack and he will peel out of pit road. So Brandon Minto will bring his machine back out, the Get Up Chevrolet. See, Ryan O'Donnell did just come to pit road also. James Skelton leading the pack of cars that came off pit road who all have 4 fresh tires and are good to go for a little while. Got to use the fresh tires while you can. Comes the 88 of Sean Butler. He'll lurk to the inside of the 43 of Joe Shrano. The Road Rage Accessories machine having a little road rage here tonight. Ted Blum not quite able to, but Josh Buckley will bring the Buckley, Granny, Hips, Walkers, and Kane entry to pit road. His boys will put 4 fresh tires on and send him back out onto the speedway. Chris Hammett will take over the second spot. 23.5 seconds behind the race leader right now. That is, well, call that just under being a half a lap behind right now. Takes about 55 seconds, give or take, as here comes the race leader now to pit road. Here comes that 42. Max Terriot will bring her to pit road. Speed limit 55 miles an hour down this very long front straightaway. It's a very bumpy up and down a hill kind of pit road. Chris Hammett getting ready to rocket ship back by. Oh, Max with a little bit of a mistake. He'll blow through his pit stop. His pit stall there coming to a stop finally. That's going to hurt the pit stop. We'll see where he cycles back out through. It will be 4 tires and fuel as there's the new race leader. He has a 4-second race lead over the next driver out there on the speedway. There's the next car. That's the 88 of Sean Butler. Trying to notch another race win to his record books if he can. Yes, a 4-second gap, though. 4 seconds to go run down Chris Hammett. There's no cars to draft off of in front of him. James Skelton is third with Tim Blum sitting there in fourth. Does look like James Skelton has 1 lap older tires than the 88 of Sean Butler and Tim Blum. Joe Shrano back there running 5th. Zach Mitchell after green flag pit cycles all cycle through. He is back there in 6th. Souza is running in 7th. Then it's going to be Tim Williams in 8th and Tim Combs in 9th with Sean Single holding on to Scooby-Doo back there in the 10th position. That's how your top 10 run after the first round of green flag pit cycles here tonight. So Chris Hammett out front here tonight at Pocono. Has never gone to victory lane in the Scrambler Series. Trying to get it done here tonight, but I got some bad news for you race fans. Last time by, the quickest car on the speedway was the 10 of Tim Blum. Then it was Sean Butler and James Skelton. 5th fastest car on the speedway last time by was Chris Hammett. Take a look at the fastest time last time by. It was a 55.07 for the race leader, Chris Hammett. Look at those other 2 cars behind him. They're about, a quarter of a second faster than what your race leader was. And if I'm doing the math correctly, I got to take my shoes off. Give me a sec. They will not be able to make it on fuel here tonight. 1 more stop will be needed to go the rest of the way. Does Chris Hammett, does he short pit once again on these race leaders? That's how he got the race lead, but everybody is now talking up and down pit road. That short pitting may be a thing to do here on the final stretch of this race. Souza making the pass on the 43 here. Souza Media, number 4, trying to get around the Road Rage Accessories 43 of Joe Shrano. He will make that pass and He will now go to set sail down the front straightaway. See, everybody in the straightaway, unless you have a huge run at the end of the straightaway, everybody's going to stay tucked in line. Here's Max. He has a good run coming. He's got fresher tires than the 14 of Brian Bianchi, so Max will make the pass. And that's for the 14th position. Max is off sequence from the rest of the race leaders. What Max really needs to have happen here is he needs this race to go green for at least another 10 to 15 laps. He needs the race leaders to have to come to pit road. And then he needs those race leaders to come out of pit road for about 5 laps. And he needs a caution to come out as he is coming down pit road. You won't go a lap down here under the green flag if you're within about 10 seconds of the race leader. That's just how big this track is, and it takes about, 50 seconds to come down pit road. 50 seconds, and that's if it's a slow stop from entry to exit, when it takes about 55 seconds to get around the speedway at full song and dance. 2 drivers back here battling. Here comes Granny Hips Walkers and Kane, number 13 of Joshua Buckley. He'll lurk to the inside of the number 3 of Tony Strano. Either way, it's going to be Strano's fault here. Tony Strano. It's always Tony's fault. That's what Joe tells me. And when one brother says it about the other brother, it must be true. And, Joe said it and then Tony said it, but Joe had already said it, so it's Tony's fault. That's what we have come to the conclusion here on Monday nights. Pick him up, knock him down, does Max Terrell. He'll now take over the 13th position, and he's looking for 2 for 1 in the same corner just about, as there is Richard Murdoch. Murdoch pulls to the inside. He'll let Max Terrell go right around the outside here tonight. So Terrell goes from 14th to 12th in 1 lap. There's your race leader, and take a look at the timing and scoring. You see it. It is under a 2-second window now. Those 3 cars are getting bigger and bigger for Chris Hammett. Chris Hammett, of course, running a legend car here in the United States. Always looking for sponsorship to try and get to a couple more races next year. Trying to do a little bit of traveling, but they need help from the racing community. So if you're interested in helping out a young driver coming up through the ranks in the Legends division, Chris Hammett is the man to go talk to. We'll see if he can pull this off. 24 laps to go here tonight. It'll be 23 when they come back around this big old track. 24 laps to go, and the pit window is about to open here tonight. Last time Chris Hammett was down pit road, it was on lap number 29 here tonight. So he should be one of the first drivers to come to pit road when it is time. I don't think he's coming that time because he was in the throttle hard coming off turn 3. 1.3 seconds now is the gap. Last time by, though, for the race leader, it was a 55.7 to a 55.1 for Tim Blum. Tim Blum has not pulled out a line one time. He has sat right like that on the back of James Skelton, just kind of shoving him down the straightaway. Let's listen to the RPMs here. Let's see if he goes full song and dance into turn number 1. Chris Hammett with a big slide off turn 3. Listen to the RPM range. So Hammett's still the race leader. Now is about a half a second for the youngster. Yes, some of the wiliest veterans of the series that are knocking on the back door. Tim Williams now battling with Joe Strano, though, back here. Strano moving to the outside. The battle, though, is about to be for the race lead. Chris Hammett cannot hold the bottom any longer. Here comes the 88. Sean Butler is going to go to the inside down the short chute. Sean Butler coming to the outside as Bob Higgins actually comes to pit road here. Will we see any of these race leaders jet the pit road real quick? Nobody. The top four does not. Not only does the race lead change, hold that phone, it does not. Chris Hammett is able to hold it at the line, was able to keep the momentum up. Now here comes Tim Blum. He'll push the 6 down into corner number 1. The inside way around is the way to in turn number 1. So Sean Butler will be the race leader down the back straightaway. Tim Blum now has the inside. Chris Hammett fights back on the outside. Tim Blum just could not put the power down. That car got a little sideways. Here comes the James Skelton entry. He'll go to the outside in the tunnel turn, but he does have a little damage there. I don't know where the damage came from on the 86, but there is a little bit of damage. 20 laps to go when they hit the stripe. Laps are clicking off the big board. Your top 4 drivers will stay out, and it is Butler, Hammett, Blum, and Skelton out front. Tony Strano continuing to follow the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. They just got around Dave Bragg right there. Bragg, of course, in that Jiffy Lube number 31. Coming to us from Peterborough, Canada. It's awesome to see drivers from all around the world, all around the country, and compete here with Red Light Racing. There's another Canadian, the 45 of Tim Williams. He prefers to eat Canadian bacon over real bacon. Now, as he's going to go up and eat a little bit of the bacon off the right-hand side of car 45. Williams goes into the wall. Single gets around. Joe Strano going to get around. Can Tim Combs get around now in that SRT Hellcat Chevrolet? Hammett, though, under attack. Tim Blum now has the Classics Hot Sauce Ford Mustang to the inside on the front straightaway. He'll have the advantage down into turn 1 here. Should be able to clear by the time they come out of turn number 1. Hammett just cannot hold the bottom side. Hammett going to fall all the way from 2nd back to 4th. He was the race leader just 4 laps ago. Souza back there also letting it hang out in his Souza Media Ford Mustang. One car to pit road. He'll start the cycle here. That is the 923, though, of Blade Timmons. He is the first driver to come to pit road. Now here comes Chris Hammett. He'll come to pit road with 19 laps to go. It'll be 18 at the line. So Chris Hammett coming down early. Sean Single also coming. Joe Strano, Tim Williams. They're all come 55 miles an hour down pit road. You don't want to make a mistake now. Max Terriot now hoping that a caution flag comes out soon here to bunch the field back up and trap a couple of these guys on a little bit older tires here at Pocono, because as we just saw, tires do matter. Chris Hammett gave up a 4-second race lead to Sean Butler, Tim Blum, and James Skelton. I suspect a 4-tire stop here for everybody at Pocono. Tires just mean that much. Does the race leader of Sean Butler come in this time? No, he'll stay out, but here comes the other two. Tim Blum, James Skelton, hard on the binders. They're come to pit road. A little lock up there by the Carolina Elite Realty. Number 86 of James Skelton. There goes Max Terriot. He'll be scored now, P number 3. Brian Bianchi going to bring the tuxedos by 10, number 14. Cole Pepper's Bakery and Cafe to pit road. Philip won a couple muffins over there. Richard Murdoch also bringing the Adventure in Pixel 01 to pit road. James Skelton down and away. He'll come back out with his Toyota. Tim Blum trying to beat him off pit road. Will he be able to do it? He will. James Skelton will have to now sit behind the number 10 of Tim Blum. Something happened to James Skelton as he came to the end of pit road there, the Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86. Looked like the car kind of bobbled and went to the right of the speedway. Lost a lot of ground to the 10 of Blum. And look at it, not this time. Chris Hammett came in with such a huge race lead, or exited with such a huge race lead last time. This time, though, he will not. Tim Blum and James Skelton stay ahead of the 6 of Chris Hammett. Sean Butler is to pit road. He'll take his stall here at the end of pit road, right behind the iRacing.com safety car. Then to turn things over with 16 to go to Max Terrell. He came down to lap number 35, and the math just is not working out on that one. He would have to go 30 laps on fuel, and we have not seen any driver go that far on a tank of fuel here tonight. Not quite sure if it's even possible here at Pocono. And this is such a big track, you don't want to run out of fuel. Trust me, I've done it on the last lap here at Pocono, and it is a long way back around to pit road. Chris Hammett going to shove the 88 of Sean Butler. Butler came in as the race leader, but is not the race leader right now. So as we're in the cycle of green flag pit stops once again here at Pocono, your race leader, the 42, the Storm from the north, just over the border here. Max Terrell hanging on. Ryan O'Donnell is sitting there in the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98. He is currently being scored second, but still has to come to pit road. He came down to lap 33. Tony Strano, it's still his fault. He did get back around Joshua Buckley, as Buckley actually looks like he is fading here on the late stages of these tires. Joshua Buckley getting passed up by Tim Blum and James Skelton. Max Terrell though to pit road here with 14 to go to be 13 to go that time right there as he crosses the start-finish line. So he'll give up the race lead as he comes to pit road. Ryan O'Donnell, though, will not come to pit road. He keeps the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry wound up. See if he can get a lap led here tonight. Get a bonus point. That car pretty tore up there for Ryan O'Donnell. It does not have race winning pace left in the 98. But possibly still trying to salvage some of those points. That's just a beautiful car to go ahead and crinkle up. Tony Strano is down on pit road. Actually, he's coming out of pit road this time. Here comes Brandon Minto. Here comes Ryan O'Donnell. They're making their final stops here with 14, now 13 to go this time by. Tim Blum, there you see him. Race leader, car number 10, Tim Blum to the point. So how do they cycle back out with 13 laps to go left in this one? Tim Blum, James Skelton, Sean Butler, your top three. Chris Hammett back there running into the 4th position, while 5th is going to be Jeffrey Souza. Zach Mitchell is running 6th. 7th will be Sean Single. Joe Strano's right there. Tim Williams still able to hang on even though he slapped the wall with the right front. He is running 9th, and Tim Combs. Seems like that number 17 car has been just plastered into that 10th position all night long. Wonder if his golf game is plus 10 or minus 10. Maybe one day we'll get to ask him. You see, he's inputted a driver photo of himself teeing off a beautiful shot, the driver out of Ohio. Of course, he has yet to actually invite me for a round of golf, and once again, now it's the winter time, and there is nobody golfing in Pennsylvania or Ohio at this point, because it is just too cold and too windy. Maybe in the springtime, Tim will invite me out to go for a round of golf. Right now, the only one that's inviting anybody is, oh boy, Bob Higgins was right there in the mix as the race leaders went by him. That'll put Bob Higgins running 22nd here tonight, 1 lap down. Sean Butler is actually one of the fastest cars on the speedway as I watch the timing and scoring charts bounce around here in the closing laps. $11 to go, double ones. At the line. When will James Skelton make a move, though? There's still some fresh tire left on those Goodyear tires here, so will he make the move? Will he back up, get a push from the 88 of Sean Butler, and then charge at the number 10 of Tim Blum? You have a Ford, a Toyota, and a Chevrolet in the top 3, then a couple of Fords and Chevrolets. Only 2 Toyotas in the field here tonight. James Skelton driving one of them, running in the 2nd position, while Philly Edwards in the 973, who has retired here on lap number 16 tonight. Philly Edwards in the 973, also running that other Toyota entry. Looks like Dave Bragg will come to pit road in car number 31. He'll peel off the racing surface. 10 to go, double high five from the flag man. Just 10 more times around the speedway to figure out who will win here at the Pocono International Raceway. Here comes the 88 of Butler. He says now is the time to go. You see him duck out a line, seeing if he can get a side draft on the 86 of James Skelton. Sean Butler is hunting the front of the field now. Chris Hammett going to be able to close in a little bit because that big draft with both those cars side by side down the back straightaway. Nine to go. Blum, Butler, Skelton, Hammett across the line. This pack back here still duking it out. There you see Strano, or single just ahead of him. There's the Travis Minto entry. Got caught up in a wreck early on and just has not been able to really rebound back into the 25th position tonight for the driver out of Norman, Oklahoma. Tim Blum is running for all he can. He has 1 lap older tires than the 88 of Sean Butler, but we've seen Butler be able to drive through the field and have himself solid equipment. Looking at the run he got that time in turn 3. Right to the back bumper as they come past the start-finish line. 8 laps to go. And a 4-car breakaway. Souza back there running in 5th all by himself. That is a lonely feeling back there for Souza. Kind of stuck in limbo. You can see the leaders out in front of him, and you can see the cars right behind him. Just nobody to play with. When will Sean Butler officially make the move? That's the question now. We were talking about when will James Skelton do it. Oh, Skelton! Gonna go sideways, and then that's gonna throw the 6 of Chris Hammett up into the outside wall. His night will be done unless a caution flag comes out, because Chris Hammett was just up into the wall in the tunnel turn. It was all slick up there, and he just got out of the got into the marbles, out of the groove, into the outside wall with the 6 of Chris Hammett. Now it is a 3-car breakaway, 7 to go. Look at the 88 of Butler. Tim Blum kind of blocked a little bit down the front straightaway, doing everything he can to keep the 88 of Butler behind him. Butler's been so strong down here in turn number 1, though. He's able to wrap the bottom better than anybody. Look at the closing rate he has. Looks like Tim Blum drives it off in the corner a little bit farther than the 88 of Sean Butler. Comes Butler again with another great run. Won't have anywhere to go, though, at the end of this short shoot. Look at the 88. He'll go down, wrap the bottom once again. He entered a little bit higher, but was able to get down to the bottom in the center of corner 3 to get a good drive off. Lurking, not gonna put it down there. There's the top 3, 6 more times around. Oh, Tim Plum leaves the bottom lane open that time on the exit. Here comes Sean Butler. Butler will now go to the inside. Tim Plum trying to drive him down. Butler's trying to side draft. Now the 86 going to swing to the outside. New race leader with 6 laps to go. It's the 88 of Sean Butler. Ohio now leads the way here in Pennsylvania. Will he be able to come back around here, though? So it's Sean Butler, Tim Plum, and James Skelton here. They're going to get the high 5 from the flag man just 5 more times this time by. 5 fingers up as it reaches down over the flag stand. 5 more laps to go. 5 laps to go, and they have broken away from Chris Hammett. Chris Hammett actually has fallen back now almost into the clutches of the number 4 of Souza. There you see the 6 shedding time to the race leaders. Only has about a 1-second gap over Jeffrey Souza right now, so Souza could come up here and pick up the spot from Chris Hammett yet before this race is over. Zach Mitchell a little bit farther back. There you see the Go Bowling Ford Mustang. Sean Single is sitting there. There you see the 43 of Joe Shrano. A little bit farther back, Tim Combs. Max Terrell right now rounds out the top 10. The battle is still for the race win. Anything could happen. We've seen drivers come out of the tunnel turn and push up into the outside wall. We've seen drivers just kill momentum out of turn number 3. 4 more laps. Here comes James Skelton now. He'll lurk to the inside on Tim Blum. Not going to have the momentum built up. Can't quite get there. Take the higher entry down into turn number 1. You can tell there is definitely right side damage on the Carolina Elite Realtree number 86. It looks like James Skelton has the faster car. He just cannot get around Blum. This time down to the tunnel turn. He'll stick the nose. He'll show him that he's there. Not able to get it done. That's going to allow the 88 of Sean Butler to scoot and skedaddle away. They're come this time to get 3 laps to go, and that's what's out in front of James Skelton. They do have the lap car right now of Joshua Buckley out in front of them. Will they get there? Will he play a factor in tonight's finish order? Look at the run that James Skelton gets down the front straightaway with that big toe off car 10. Pass back there for Pete number 4. Here comes the Souza Media entry right around the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Now Chris Hammett's going to look in the mirror and he's going to see the number 24 of Zach Mitchell is right there. So the damage really is affecting car number 6. .24 of Zach Mitchell now will bring his Go Bowling 24 to the inside of Chris Hammett. Will he be able to make the pass, though? Chris Hammett's going to hold him right there. Going to kill the momentum of car 24. Popsicle sticks in the air, though. 2 more times around, and the race leader has opened up about a 7/10 of a second race lead right now. So Sean Butler setting the pace. Last time by, he was the fastest car. The next fastest car was Jeffrey Souza. Souza, of course, 5.5 seconds back behind the race leader. Through the tunnel turn they come. Josh Buckley still out in front of the race leaders. They have not got there. I don't know if they're actually going to get there now at this point, because it'll be this time by off turn number 4 that they should see the white flag here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It'll be the final trip around the speedway. White flag is presented here tonight by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. It's the final trip around the tricky triangle for Sean Butler. Down into turn number 1 goes the Valvoline, number 88 of Sean Butler. Has a great turn like he has all night long. Joshua Buckley out in front of him, a little sideways, letting it hang out. Final time down the back straightaway. All is set and sail right now for Sean Butler. The tunnel turn, one of the trickiest corners. He'll come through the tunnel turn, very good. Here comes, well, Joshua Buckley will go to the inside. Final time through the short chute. Final time into 3. As he comes out of turn number 4, he will set his sights on the flag stand. He will come by. He will notch another victory on the belt. Sean Butler, your all-time winningest driver, will take another one here at Pocono. Tim Blum, James Skelton. It'll be Jeffrey Souza in the 4th position, along with Zach Mitchell. Chris Hammett, Sean Single, Max Terriel, Joe Strano, and Tim Combs will finish there into the 10th position. 11th will go Tim Williams, Ryan Richard Murdoch. 14th will go to DJ Anderson, and 15th will go to the driver of the 923 of Blade Timmons. So as we get ready here tonight for our post-race show, hang out to see what these drivers all have to say about the wild finish here tonight at Pocono. As we'll be right here to wrap up this race here at the Tricky Triangle. Well, 2 and 1, and welcome back here to the Pocono International Raceway, the honeymoon capital of the world. And once again, one of the all-time winningest drivers here in red light history is honeymooning again. Let's head down trackside now to catch up with the race winner, the 88 of Sean Butler. Sean, congratulations as you're able to do it again here tonight at Pocono. This track and this car seems to be one of the best for you.
Yeah, it was a good night. I wasn't sure. I was just kind of riding behind Tim early, just trying to save tires and stuff like that, see how Tim's getting around here, and paid off. Learned the line a little bit better, and figured out where I wanted to be. I seemed to be the only guy that was running way on the bottom, especially off of 3, so it just seemed to help it so much, get the drive off the corner, and it's just great finally get back into victory lane.
You park this car in victory lane, you will officially now lock yourself into the championship chase. You will join some of your other competitors here like Max Terriel and Jason Wells. You are the only 3 drivers locked in, and there's, well, still over half the races left in the regular season. How many more of these wins do you think you can snag away?
Oh, this should be my second one, but that wasn't meant to be this season. But you never know. It's so hard to get wins. So good, so many good drivers here. So just getting 1 or 2 or 3 wins in a season anymore is like really good. So I don't know. You just never know. We'll see if I can make all the races this year, and just see what we can do.
Well, how do you feel next week? We throw a whole new setup at you. We're going to bring out the NASCAR Next Gen cars at the Iowa Speedway.
I feel good about Iowa. I haven't run the Next Gen car ever, so yeah, I'll probably do some practice this week with my teammate James, and we'll figure it out. See how it runs, and hopefully get a good line and see if we can be competitive with the other guys. Maybe battle for a win again.
But before we let you go, the microphone is yours as the red carpet is rolled out again here as you pick up another win with Red Light Racing.
Thank my teammates James and DJ for helping with strategy. We were talking fuel and stuff there with those early cautions, but that didn't work out for fuel mileage. Didn't have to worry about it. So thank all the admins for putting on these series. Thank you for doing the broadcast. I'll always look forward to watching them every week. And then thanks for the sponsors coming on, Checkered Flag Auto Parts. Hopefully everybody comes out, watches a good racing next week with us.
There you hear from your race winner, the driver of car number 88 here tonight. Sean Butler's able to go back to victory lane. He locks himself into the championship chase. Look forward to seeing him compete the rest of the season. But what do you say we dial up the second place driver here tonight, Tim Blum. Tim, away from competition for quite a while. Now you come back and your name is plastered all over the top finishing order since you have made your return. But looks like the wheels late on this 10 car just kind of went away.
Yeah, hey Roger, it's good to be back, and it doesn't seem like too much has changed because we still got Max and Sean and Jason and James up front. But yeah, didn't have the long run speed that I needed. I guess Sean and James just had a little bit better tire management than I did, and kind of gotten a need for speed sandwich there at the end. Sorry to James if I was kind of racing pretty hard going into the tunnel turn. I was trying to get the draft here so great, and I was hoping that I could get a good enough run to give Sean one more go, but he did a great job tonight, and congratulations to him.
What more did you need to get back around the 88 of Sean Butler tonight to park this classic hot sauce machine into victory lane?
I needed to figure out how to, I guess, back up my corner so that I had a better exit. The long straightaways in the draft is how you get by guys, and Sean set it up perfectly coming out of one, and I just needed a perfect corner and good position, and it just didn't turn out that way.
Didn't turn out, but possibly next week in the next-gen car. How many laps have you ever turned with the next-gen car as well? You've returned to iRacing.
I echo Sean, 0 laps. I actually have to buy it, and then we'll see what happens from there.
That's good to talk to you once again here, Tim, as you finish on the podium once again. Who do you got to thank here tonight for parking in second?
Well, thanks to Red Light, the usual, and thanks to you, Roger, for putting it on. I got a new crew chief, my son Patrick. He's actually sleeping, but thanks to him for joining the team. And my wife, and I think my niece Ainsley's watching if it's not too late for her yet. So, hi, Ainsley. See you soon.
There you hear it from Tim Blum tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Makes his return to iRacing and finishes on the podium once again. Congratulations to Tim Blum. And how about this man? He had an adventurous night. James up 18 spots, a little contact out there, a little wrinkle on the right front fender, but this car still was a rocket ship.
Yeah, I made a really big improvement from the practice race from yesterday. Tim, Max, Jason, and I think Mitchell, he just never had track position. He was really, really good, and I was really, really bad. So, in practice, I had some good pace on a hot lap, and then I just completely missed it, I guess, in all the turns and started 21st and had an uphill battle. But it was to get third at all that was a lot of fun, and I'll take it.
You haven't been able to park yourself in victory lane so far this season, as Max Terrell, Jason Wells have been the only two. Now tonight, Sean Butler joins them. But we're going to a track that's maybe more in your wheelhouse next week, Iowa. How do we feel? What's the chances for a 125-lap race at Iowa?
Oh, looking forward to it. Iowa's one of my favorite tracks. I guess I'm a little different from Tim and Sean. I think Richard and I did an official race, actually probably 2 or 3, a few months ago when they had it, and it was a lot of fun. I actually wasn't as good as Richard, so I'll definitely have to put the time in just to find the line, and Richard had really good long run pace, so if we do get some long runs, I definitely need to work on it.
So you're telling me the foundation was better than the champ?
Yeah, unfortunately, but he's going to Disney here for a week, so I'll put the time in. So hopefully I'll be better when it counts.
Well, don't let. We're gonna edit that part out that you said that. We won't even let him know that you said he is better than you, because you're the one that finishes on the podium here tonight. Who would have made this all possible though to gain the 18 spots here tonight to finish on the podium?
Yeah, just my teammate Sean and DJ. The strategy really helped to get me some track position, when to pit, when not to pit. You, Roger, for putting the broadcast on, I'll definitely check it out because it was some pretty fun racing. I don't particularly like this car as much because it just doesn't have the power off the corner, but some of the racing, the drafting, it would actually made it pretty fun. All the admins, Josh and Richard, and then the sponsors that always help us out. So, and all the people that were watching, and then all the guys that came out because I thought this was a pretty good race for us for such a large field.
There you hear it from your final podium position here tonight. James Skelton was able to pick up 18 spots. He didn't pick up the most spots here tonight, but he picked up just enough to finish in third. Our biggest mover and shaker here tonight, though, was the driver of car number 24 of Zach Mitchell. He picked up 24 spots to finish in the 5th position. And, well, those are the only 2 drivers, James Skelton along with Zach Mitchell, who were able to pick up double-digit spots moved here tonight. The next driver to pick up that many spots, or, well, the next most spots, would have been actually Jason Wells. He finished back in 20th position, picking up 7 spots here. So pretty big achievement for both those drivers to be the only drivers to be classified as double-digit movers and shakers. Next week, though, is going to be a whole different ball game. We're going to go from this big 2.5-mile tricky triangle. We're going back to more of a conventional track. We're going to the Iowa Speedway, built in the middle of a cornfield, unlike here in Pocono, which is built in the middle of, well, absolutely nowhere. Well, they're both in the middle of nowhere, but one's a cornfield and one's in the mountains. So, Iowa Speedway is up next for the Corn Cob 125. They will whip out the next generation Cup cars for the first time ever for us when we head to a track this style. We have seen the next gen car run at Daytona at the Super Speedway last season. That didn't fare out too well for Richard Murdoch or James Skelton. As you just heard from them, they've put in the time already with the next generation car, anticipating this race at Iowa coming up next week. We'll have to find out, though, if they put enough track time in to pick up the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series win next week. So, for everybody with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody with Red Light Racing, and all of us here from the Turn 3 Racing Network, we wish all of our American fans out there and families and drivers a happy Thanksgiving, and we hope everybody stays safe, and we will see you next time at the races.